Yo, what is going on, you guys? It's your boy King Sanders here, and we are back with another day of sports betting. This is going to be for Thursday, December 16th, 2021 slate of NBA games. We got a small slate, only got 4 games, but I still found some picks that I truly am riding with. So first, let's quick recap. As of yesterday, clean sweep. Absolutely clean sweep. Went 3-0 yesterday. We're looking good. We're going to be going in with the positive units, going to be taking those into today, and we should be set and good to go. So before we get started, I did just want to go ahead and say at this point in time, we're at about 335 subscribers. I would love to be able to hit 400 here soon. So if you guys are new, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you guys know whenever I post. So let's go ahead and hop straight into it. Don't want to waste too much time here. First play of the day is going to be Julius Randle over 22.5 points versus the Houston Rockets minus 120 odds. Julius Randle, we took his under last game, and he said, you know what, King Sanders, you know what, you scratch everything that you just said. I'm hitting this over. And he was one of the only players to even score on his entire team. Just outright, he was one of the only players to score, which was very unfortunate for us. But he had a fantastic game. He ended up with 30-something for sure. So he did end up cashing this over last game. Houston is the third worst defense in basketball right now. So they are absolutely atrocious when it comes to just playing defense in general. They give up a lot of points to opposing teams. And then on top of that, Houston gives up 22 points per game to opposing power forwards. And this is just average power forwards. You look at, any of the power forwards that they've really played. A lot of those guys aren't necessarily all-stars like Julius Randle has the potential to be. So I don't really think they're going to be able to guard him. Especially, I just think it's a very poor matchup for the Houston Rockets. So I really like this first play is going to be Julius Randle over 22.5 assists. Wow, 22.5 assists. That'd be crazy. 22.5 points versus Houston. Next play of the day is going to be the 76ers money line versus Brooklyn. Minus 110 odds at the time of recording this video. KD was questionable last game. I know that they had a lot going on with him, and so he was kind of forced to play, and he put on an absolute amazing game. I think last game that they played, I think was the game that he put up 51. So he just went absolutely berserk, but he was questionable, was kind of forced to play that game, ended up having a tremendous game. But the Nets have 9 players out of the rotation right now. 9 players. And it is a lot of guys that get good, valuable minutes. You're looking at James Harden, obviously the other superstar on the team. You're looking at Bruce Brown, who is their starting shooting guard for most of the year. You're looking at James Johnson, who is their starting power forward for the year. You're looking at Javon Carter, who is the defensive mind off of the bench. You're looking at DeAndre Bembry, who's another good defensive player for them. You're looking at LaMarcus Aldridge, who is their starting center. You're looking at Paul Millsap, who is their backup center. And you're looking at Joe Harris, who is their starting small forward. So they are missing a lot of players. And, of course, Kyrie is still not back as of yet. So they're missing so many players. I mean, they're going to have Kevin Durant, of course. And then they're going to have Cam Thomas, who I have nothing but respect for Cam Thomas. I like Cam Thomas a lot. But then they're gonna have Blake Griffin, who hasn't played an actual game in 3 weeks. So I mean that doesn't really scare me too much. And I don't even know who else they're gonna throw out there. I mean there's so many players that it's just whatever. I don't know. I think that the 76ers are going to be able to tear up the Brooklyn Nets, especially when it comes to the center position. Obviously, Joel Embiid is a very forceful center. He's a very tremendous center. And so going up against a Brooklyn team who is down a lot of players, it's going to be tough. It's going to be very tough for him. And the 76ers play really slow. They're one of the slowest teams pace-wise in basketball. So slowing down a team like Brooklyn is going to bring this game right down to the wire, but I think that the 76ers are going to come out on top. And then my last and final play of the day is going to be the Pacers minus 10 versus the Pistons minus 110 odds. Look, I know that 10 is a huge huge spread. So if you guys want to if you guys want to fade this, go for it. Honestly, that's a pretty big spread. But hear me out real quick. So the Pistons did just announce the other day that they are willing to trade for Jeremy Grant. As we all know, if a player on the team does get rumored to be traded, that could really discourage a team, especially when the only bright spot there's two bright spots in Detroit right now, and that is Cade Cunningham, the #1 overall pick, and that is Jeremy Grant. Other than that, they really don't have a whole lot going for them. I do like some of their role players. I do think Sadiq Bey is a very good role player. I do like Killian Hayes, especially as a kind of like more of like a backup point guard. I would prefer. Of course, I'm not the coach, so I'm not going to ramble about that. But either way, they did announce that they're willing to trade Grant, and obviously that is never going to do a team and be like, oh yeah, they're wanting to trade our best player. I'm so excited to play for them, you know. So and also Jeremy Grant is out for the night, so you're looking at like 20 points roughly that they're going to have to try to find from someone else, and I just don't know if they're going to be able to do it. The Pacers on a second leg of a back-to-back are actually 4-1 against the spread, so they are really good when they just are on back-to-back games for whatever reason, but they just are. And the Pacers are going to be at home. The Pacers are a pretty good home team this year. They're 9-6-1, so essentially 10-6 when it comes to just getting money back or profiting. So I really like my odds about that. Like I said, I know 10's a pretty big spread, so if you did want to fade it, go for it. But I just do think that this is going to be the right play. So that is going to wrap it up for me. Like I said, there's only 4 games. Not a whole lot to choose from at this point in time. But if you guys did enjoy, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you guys know whenever I post. I really want to try to hit 400 subscribers, so let's see if we can do it by the end of the week. Let's see if we can do it. So thank you guys so much for watching. This is King Sander signing out. Peace.